Okay, y'all are in trouble because I have the camera now. I am headed to the boat to find out what's going on with our genset. Last week we were on our way back, some pretty rough waves, and all of a sudden the generator cut off and it gave us an over temp issue. So that's why it turned off. It turned right back on, but I was scared of the overheating issue, so we're gonna go see if we can figure out what's going on with that. So sorry for the replacement. I know you're expecting Lori. I am too. I'm much better watching her. So here we go. All right, we are here at the marina. Honey, I apologize right now. I am not good at this like you are, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to walk down the dock and take us to the boat. So hang on, here we go. So here is the generator. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to shine a little light on it. And what we're checking for is to see what could have possibly caused this to overheat. So here's the coolant level. That's the coolant reservoir. If you can see where that's at, that's actually got some good coolant in it. So, and it's nice and clean. So that looks encouraging. So I feel like that's a pretty good sign. The rest of it, we're gonna try to find, to see, we're gonna check the oil to make sure there's no coolant in the oil. And then we're going to fire it up and see if we see any leaks or anything that would be causing that as well. I'm not really encouraged by the rust we see on the ground there, or on the pan. So, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I have that in a good spot where you guys can see. So I'm going to pull the oil dipstick first and see what we see going on next. And if you guys can see that, that's nice and black. There's no milk to that. It's got a pretty good level to it. So back in the hole you go. Next step is to see if we can fire it up, see if we have an issue. Alright, so you can see she's spitting out water. It's the water over here. That's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So now let's go back down here. Not really good for this to run not working. It needs a load on it. So I'm going to turn off the shore power and switch it over to the generator and see if I can't figure out more of the stuff going on. So here we go. Okay, so it's on. It's running now, the AC. It's got some good water coming out of it. Let's go see if we can figure out on the gauge up there what's going on. It helps if I turn the ignition on. Can you tell I'm flustered trying to film doing this at the same time? So this is our burned out display. Really hard to see. I'm hoping I can find the temperature gauge in there somewhere, but I don't think y'all are gonna be able to see what that looks like, so sorry about that. Okay, I found it. I know it's hard to see, and you probably can't see it at all, but it's reading 177 degrees right now. It's been running for a second, so I've got the engines on, I've got the generator on. We're not on shore power right now, and it's working hard. So we shall see what we need to do. And it's probably not a good thing. Good thing I have a spare alternator. I don't know if you can see the voltage there. Too close to 12. I'm gonna have to replace that alternator and get the other one built. It's never a dull moment in the boat world. Okay, so now we wait. I'm gonna go up to the bridge. Oh, so you guys can see me falling in. And watch the temperature. See what happens. It's at 188 right now. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be at. It may be high. I feel like if it's 180 degree thermostat, that might be getting a little bit high. If it gets to 210, we're cutting it off and we're gonna see what's going on. This is my worried face. We're at 195 right now. Look at that, we got some people coming in the harbor. Do a little boat cruise, we'll just wave at them. Everybody's waving. Having a good time out in the pontoon boat. So yeah, we're at 195 right now. The good news is the AC blows cold up here. It's a hot day. This is my fault for playing golf this morning. I stink. Good thing y'all can smell. It's kind of like paint drying. You're almost willing it not to get hotter. Just for a quick reference, technical, that's what the voltage should be when the engine is running. See how it's close to 14 right here? And over here, we're under 13. It's about 1297, maybe 13.1 because of the analog. But that should be higher. And I think that's part of a battery issue that we can see. But I've already got it fixed, so that's not a problem. Oh, we just clicked up to 197. My wife calls that the lifer's sigh, because I'm worried. Right, okay. No alarms or anything right now. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Everything else is running great. Great oil pressure in the engines. Coolant temps nice and close, nice and cold. We have some of that expensive fuel, liquid gold, still sitting in there. Those are working good. You can see 199. A little faster than I want it to go to. Now the good part is this has an automatic shut off. So all else fails, if I were to fall down and get knocked out, the generator will turn itself off when it gets to a high temperature, and it's like a protection mode. Okay, well we're at 203 now. In case you're wondering, I have the engines running because I have to have the ignition on to be able to read this guy, the SmartTrack. This is operated off of these two ignitions, and if I have that off, then I can't read the screen. Or if I have just the batteries on, then it starts discharging my batteries. So because of my background, I'm always paranoid about that. So I've got the engines going just to make sure we're shoving some voltage down their throats. 203, we'll see. All the rest of it looks okay. It's putting out 240 volts, which is great. It's even charging its own battery, not as much as I like to, but at 13.1 volts, so that's good. And it's also got 45 PSI oil pressure, which is also good. So those are all good signs. My hope for all of this, in case you can't hear me, I'm hoping I get lucky. When I got here, the AC unit for the downstairs was indicating high pressure. And what that usually means is you clean out the sea strainer and then it goes away. It might burp or do some different things like that. I believe that the generator pulls off that same seacock and the same sea strainer. So if I pulled that off and I cleaned it out, and if that helped, if that did what it's supposed to do, and this stays under the 210 degrees that I think it needs to stay at, then maybe I got lucky. We'll see. So while I'm waiting on the temperature to either stabilize or get too high and I turn it off, I guess I should look up how much it should be. And Zach is texting me. Still sitting at 203. So this is an Onan EQD generator. And it was on 203 for a little bit, now it's 204. Still holding okay, we'll see. We're up to 206. This manual says we should replace the coolant and the thermostat every 2 years. So we're due for that. That's probably a good maintenance thing to do anyways. That impeller is right behind where that leak was earlier. Why is it so hard to find one piece of information? I just want to know what the normal operating temperature is. I gotta go through all this crap. Found it. Okay. So this says we should have thermostat opening temperature at 185. So we're at 206. So we're 21 degrees higher than we should be. But it's holding steady. I'm betting that thermostat needs to be replaced, and maybe even the impeller. There's 10 different models that we're going to look at. But they all say 185. Now we're at 208. Alright, I'm just going to shut this down. I think I know what we need to do. I don't think it's going to overheat right now. We probably would be safe for a little bit, but I don't want to be out on the water and finding this out the wrong way. So let's shut it down. So a little bit of water that's leaking from there that we know about. Again, I'll have to replace that when this cools down. Coolant level's still good. The belt looks like it's fine. I think we need to replace that thermostat that's right in here. Right, I don't know if you can see that, right inside there is where we need to replace the, oh, I'm sorry, the impeller's in there. The thermostat is somewhere else. It might be in the same place, which would make sense to me. Oh, I get it. Okay. The thermostat is in here, inside the engine block. That's allowing it to open it up. The impeller is before that, which helps circulate everything, which is right there. I think I get it. Regardless, we got some work to do. Either me or somebody that has more time to do this than we do. So that's it for now. I think we're okay. The genset's not hurt. We don't have to replace anything, but I don't like the water that we see, and it was getting up a little higher on the temperature. So yeah, time to get to work on this. Quick point of correction. Earlier I pointed to where the impeller was, and I thought maybe that's where the thermostat goes as well. After some research and some YouTube certified mechanics showing some different pieces, I think it's actually on the top of the engine. So, or on top of the generator. There's not a lot of room down there, at least for me. When you have the belly and stuff, it makes it pretty hard to bend over and get into those small places. But I think I can get the impeller replaced, no problem. But I gotta check our records. That might have been done when we did our heat exchanger service. So the verdict is, we know it needs service. It's not broken, but it could be worse, right? So that's what we're gonna do. I need to do a little bit more research to see what's going on. So it's a busy day in our marina for once. I'm kind of surprised. We got this one coming in, and then Bella Vita going out. That's a lot of traffic for the day, especially on our little slips. Lots of traffic out there in the lake. Everybody's having fun in the sun. I've got to say, I'm so happy that we're under a cover. It would be miserable to be out here working on this boat right now if we didn't have the cover and the AC going on. So anyways, I've got the covers for Lori that she wanted to get that as well. So time to go. Look at this boat though. You can see gorgeous. I'm infatuated with this boat. Oh shit, it's dirty. God, dog. That's from people cleaning around here. Okay, time to wash it too. He's doing a good job. This place, Tookies right here, that's badass burgers. Boy, they make you fat though. So that truck that's in front of me decided that he wanted to go around faster at the light than what I was going and hit my mirror. Like, seriously, what the hell? But it's okay. The mirror's fine. Luckily, things are breakaway, but never fails. I'm glad I'm filming, except I wasn't filming then. So he was a nice guy. He was totally apologetic, said that he was totally his fault. He's willing to pay for whatever. But it's fine, no worries. All good, but I'm glad when people own up to it, they pulled over, so all good. Okay, I'm back. Back at the house. Thank y'all for putting up with me. I know I talk a little fast, so sometimes I gotta try to slow it down a little bit, but now back to the way more appealing Lori.
Hey y'all. So let me tell you how this story ends. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to the captain. He recorded this for me while I was spending the weekend at a yoga workshop. So I really appreciate that he was willing to pick up the camera and take the lead and record this for us, because I think it's important to share all the good and the bad that goes along with boat life. Anybody who is living a boat life, or anybody who has a boat, not living the life, will tell you there is a never-ending list of boat projects, and you know, some are scheduled out, you kind of do them when you feel like it, and some of them have to be addressed right away. And this project was one of those things that had to be addressed right away. So let me tell you how it ended up. It ended with a phone call to the boat mechanic. Now the captain has a very technical mechanical background and is absolutely capable of doing this work to change out the impeller and the thermostat in the generator. But he's not really comfortable working down in that part of the engine room, and he does have a full-time job that he absolutely loves and enjoys working at. So he asked me to just call somebody and have them take care of this, and that's exactly what I did. So we had the boat mechanic come out and change out the impeller, change out the thermostat, flush all the through holes, and make sure everything is flowing like it's supposed to be, and all is well. It's not overheating anymore, it's working well, and so we are on to our next adventure in the boat life. Please do consider subscribing to the channel down below if you would like to come on these adventures with us, or just, you know, hang out with us and see us clean the boat a lot like we clean the boat a lot. Please do consider subscribing to the channel down below and come hang out with us as we, you know, continue to live our boat life. We'd love to have you along for the ride. So until I see you in the next video, bye y'all.